You hear that? The town is talking. Tiffany, let them know.
Talk of the town 411.com.
Hello?
Hey, what's up?
Hey, what's going on?
We have Cory from the Real World San Francisco, Ex-Plosion on the line. I mean, damn, things definitely took some interesting turns since we last spoke.
Yeah, things definitely. I told you we were going to turn up the heat a little bit, you know?
Right.
So, it got crazy in the house. It really did.
I know. And it got really interesting. I gotta say, this was definitely one of the, best Real Worlds because it definitely brought it back to life. What do you think now that you've seen everything edited on the TV? Because when we spoke, you didn't really see any of that yet.
Right. No, I mean, to be honest, I think the producers did the right thing to bring the exes in. They kind of saved the TV show. I'm kind of upset I had to be the experiment, I had to be the test dummy, basically. But, I mean, after it's all said and done, I guess it is good that they brought the exes in the house because we kind of had our own show. We kind of, no show has really done that. I think Big Brother did it a couple years ago. But we were kind of like the first show, and it was a crazy experience.
We spoke about this before, but it's just man, what an experience to have your ex just pop up.
Yo, they played us. It was I like to tell people, it was like a 3-month-long spring break prison because you couldn't leave the house really. So you're in this house with all these different relationships and you can't escape. And you can't listen to music, you can't watch TV, you can't do anything. The only thing you can do is drink. So what you do is you drink all the time. And you're in this house with all these different relationships and all these problems. And when people drink, they finally like to talk, So it was crazy, man. I needed to come back to reality. I was happy to leave the house. I was like, it's about damn time I get to go home and do my routine, So
right, because it was different from what you thought it was gonna be. Yeah, obviously,
it was a lot different. When we all first got in there, we were like, okay, we've seen the previous Real World, so we knew kind of what to expect a little bit.
Exactly. That's what I like that they did that because it's we all expect the same thing from Real World, so I think it's cool.
Right. It made everything a little bit more interesting. So.
Do you like how you were portrayed?
No, to be honest, to be real, I mean, it's hard for me because I watch the show and I don't like how I even am on the show. So it hit me after episode, even after episode 2, I had watched the show and it kind of hit me a little bit. It was a little therapy session for myself, it's different watching yourself being drunk and then watching yourself on TV and then being judged by America. You start to learn things that you didn't really know before. But you just live and you learn, and I'm happy I did it. It was a positive, but they portrayed me kind of as the little tool, I don't know, man. It is what it is. I can't take it back. So I'm just glad the show is done and I'm moving on and whatnot and trying to get my own company started. So that's a positive.
That's what's up. What kind of company do you have? The training?
Yeah, I have a fitness and clothing line coming out because I'm a personal trainer, so I wanted to do something in the fitness field. So the company called Young But Ready. It's going to be called YBR Fitness also. It's just I train sessions. I train people at a sports and boxing gym. I also train some people down at Santa Monica Beach. And then I have a clothing line coming out this summer. It's going to be tank tops, just little T-shirts. We're going to start off real simple and see, if people are messing with it. If people are rocking with the clothes, then we can expand from there, So
right,
I'm just trying to do a little something.
All right. Young but ready. Definitely check out Cory's stuff. Yeah. We look forward to seeing new stuff from all our favorite Real World cast members and everything. Definitely. Okay, so the way you were portrayed, did you not like it because of how it was edited, or you just think that you need to just change a little bit?
Okay. That's a good question. To be honest, it's how it was edited. I mean, you guys see 4% of the show. And they told us this even when we're applying for the show. When we signed the contract, it says the audience will only see 4% of what really happened. So, I mean, you guys don't get all the small details or anything like that, or even some of the big stuff, So it's hard for me, somebody that actually had to live through this shit, to see how they cut and paste certain things. Like there's multiple times where, like there's a time where me and Jenny were like acting out one of Ariel's movies, like we were helping her with her skit, and they made it seem like Brian was in the house. That was the first week we were in the house.
Wow.
That happened. And then they made it seem like Brian was eating a sandwich at the dinner table watching us. Like Brian wasn't even in the picture at all at this point.
I can see how that's frustrating, you being there doing it.
It's hard to... Exactly. Like, you live something. You want to tell your story. You want to show people how it really was, but they have to make a TV show, you know, and then they add music to the situation. So
right.
It's like, damn, okay,
it's crazy.
You know, like,
it's crazy when you think about all different aspects, because as the producer's aspect, I get it, you know, I get the editing and making the show. That's why we like it, you know. And then in your aspect, and also as a fan of the show, watching it, I figure that, you tell me if I'm wrong, you go on the show because you want like a new experience, like you want to try something new, learn, and then all of a sudden your past just pops up, like.
Exactly. It's like, damn, I can't escape, especially in my situation. You know, I was with Lauren for 8 years, so that's longer than people are married for, you know. So I was trying to kind of get away from that, and so when she came back into the show, and a lot of people, what they don't understand is, like, when you get a piece of home that comes back into your life in that circumstance, you automatically cling to it because that's all you know. Yeah. Because that's a piece of home. You're in this crazy situation, and you're being forced to do, like, interviews. Like, just, it's a weird environment. There's cameras everywhere all the time. So when you have something from home come back, it's so easy to cling to it. I think that's just, like, natural human behavior. Like, everyone's like, why would they go back with their exes? Well, let me tell you, you go in this crazy house, you're going to want a piece of home. You know, something to kind of calm you down, give you that sense of home. So that's kind of why we all gravitated towards our exes again.
What's up with you and Jenny now? How do you feel about her? Let's say 3 words about Jenny now. How you feel?
3 words about Jenny? Sometimes actress, bipolar, hard to understand. How about that?
Hard to understand.
So up and down, and like, it's just like Jenny was doing some things only for the TV show, and that's kind of where me and her started to separate. Like, I remember this one night where, like, I was calmed down, and she's like, Cory, you've been too calm this week. Like, you're not going to get any camera time. You need to start acting crazy. And I was like, look, I'm not here to act crazy. So, like, that just kind of shows Jenny was doing some things only for the camera. She's an actress, you know, so she knows how to juice things up. She knows how to go over the top of things. It makes great reality TV, but that's not who I am, you know. So we kind of went our separate ways after she was doing stuff only for the cameras, and you know, so that's all I'll say about that.
Not much communication going on between you guys.
No, she's back with Brian, actually.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, her and Brian are back together, yup. Surprisingly.
Yeah.
Something, you know?
Do you feel like Brian and the exes stole y'all shine?
I feel like some people in the house got upset about camera time with that. I kind of fell back in the background a lot more than what they showed a little bit because all the exes were paired up. Like, I was in the house solo, the only person, like, single for about the last 3 weeks of the house. Like, after Haley left, I was by myself because it was James Dennis. It was Tom and Jamie, and then it was Ariel and Ashley, and then Jenny and Brian, and then Cory was solo. So I had to sit back and watch all these couples 24/7, you know?
Why you didn't hit Brian when you had the chance?
Why didn't I what?
Why you didn't hit Brian when you had the chance?
Because I'm trying not to, man. I'm really trying not to let that anger go out. Like, I got in a couple fights on that show that they didn't show, just with, like, random, like, San Francisco people throwing drinks on me and stuff, like, and plus the producers, they're in your ear, they're like, Cory, don't fight. And I was like, you know what, it's not worth it.
It was just that kick,
so
kick that he's, you know, that was...
Yeah, those little karate kicks he hit me with in the van, that boy's got some strong legs, man.
So what's your, let's just get down to it to people, you know, Brian, what's your thoughts on him now, you know, now after seeing everything?
Now?
Yeah.
My overall thoughts on Brian, man. Dude has a good heart. He's just really emotional. I'm not used to dealing with guys that are that emotional. And then Brian comes in with this big ego, and he would try to separate himself on purpose and then try to fit in with us. So it just wasn't clicking. And like, people thought we were bullying Brian. They tried to make it look like we weren't trying to make him part of the group. That wasn't the case at all. But yeah, I mean, that's kind of my thoughts on Brian. You know, I think me and him might have a chance at the challenge. So I know me and him are cool enough. We'll put our differences aside and try to get the money. So. Oh,
I ain't gonna front. I love the challenges. So we would definitely like to see some of the new cast members on there for sure.
Yeah, I set myself up. I could go rivals, I could go exes, I could go single, you know, so.
Okay, are you trying to give us a hint? Are you going to be on one of these challenges coming up?
You know, I don't know. I got to keep my mouth shut. I don't know at this point, but.
Wait, I guess it's possible you could be on this one, so, you know, we'll
the
see.
Free Agents one? No. Actually, they filmed the same time
you guys
our show did. So this is the first challenge that nobody from the new Real World is on.
That sucks. I don't like that. But we'll look out for it for the next time, because the challenges are definitely one of the best.
Yeah, they're gonna be dropping another one at the end of the summer, so be on the lookout for that one. So we'll see.
All right, you heard it first right here. Cory said be on the lookout this summer. The challenge.
For all the Real World gossip, all the gossip going around, you know, definitely check out Talk of the Town 411. They're on top of the gossip.